Grateful and honored to be introducing our next speaker. I want to invite you, wherever you are, to take some deep breaths and really drop in with us, because this is going to be such a profound session with Dr. Anita Sanchez, who will be speaking on 4 sacred gifts, Indigenous wisdom to restore harmony and balance in challenging times. Dr. Anita Sanchez, or Auntie Anita, is of the Nawa people. She is an organizational development specialist working with organizations and communities all over the world, and has won multiple awards for her profound service for the healing and well-being of the world. She recently won an award in 2020 for the Conscious Company World Changing Woman, and has been, along with Jane Goodall, winning awards with World Women's Foundation, women who are making tremendous changes and huge impact around the world. And we are so deeply honored to be able to host her as she shares with us wisdom from herself and her lineage and her award-winning book, The 4 Sacred Gifts, Indigenous Wisdom for Modern Times. Here we are together. Welcome, Auntie Anita.
Thank you so much. I can just feel my heart expanding. And with that, I'm going to invite everyone to listen with the softest part of your ear and an expanding heart. And I think with that practice, I know that most of who come here already are in that space, but the more consciously we do that, I know that we're able to remember who we are and what we are. So I'm honored today. I'm coming to you from Boulder, Colorado. The first peoples here are the Cherokee, Arapaho, and the Ute. I'm sorry, the Cheyenne. I was just talking to a Cherokee elder. And as I was introduced, I'm Nawa, so my people come from further south, central Mexico. And I have the privilege of telling you, sharing with you several things. First, I want to spend some time on what are the 4 sacred gifts and the prophecy. But I want to set it first in the context of now. And then the last half of our time together, I'm just really delighted. I don't get to do this very often, but I felt like at this point in the World Unity Week that some of you may be wanting to actually drop into and experience a ritual where you will be able to connect to your sacred essence in a very profound way. So with that, I just want to say a few things. First of all, what's Indigenous wisdom? And please, if you already know, I'm just going to speak. It'll just deepen your knowledge of it. But maybe for those who are listening in who have not had a lot of experience, I want them to know. First of all, when I say Indigenous, anthropologically, all of us are Indigenous. All of us are made of all the elements of the earth and the stars, water and minerals, all the different things. So the reality is we're in the process of people remembering that we are part of the earth. When I say Indigenous in the context of today and for some time, we're talking about people like my family, like my lineage, and many others around the world. Some 6% of the population of the world are Indigenous people. And those people who have continuously, over the centuries, over the millennia, handed down the original knowledge. And so what I'm going to be sharing with you is the importance of that in this time. So some of you might be saying, especially if you're leaders, you could be obviously you're leaders of your life, leader of your family, leader of your business. It may be entrepreneurial. You may be in a large corporation. And you might be, why do I need Indigenous wisdom? I have so little time. Why am I doing this? Because it's really essential. All the things that are coming at leaders, whether you're inside a family or out in the larger community with business and things. So for example, I just want to give a couple of statistics. Okay, so more than a year ago, 60% of Americans, I'm talking about all through the Americas, reported feeling lonely, left out, poorly understood, and lacking companionship. So now with things opening up in some of the Americas, we know that you would think that would be getting less the polls would get better, but it's not. They've only gotten worse. So also, if you're someone who's preparing to go back to work, or you have been continually, of course, working virtually and maybe leading an organization, it's really important to understand that the workforce has changed some, and that in the past, people were not talking a lot about mental well-being and mental health. It was something that was kept somewhat quiet, taboo, even though there were benefits and things inside organizations. Well, now what we see is that surveys show that anxiety and stress do affect productivity and retention. And we also now know from a TELUS International a survey that 80% of workers said they would consider leaving their current employer in these times, in these challenges, would consider leaving their current employer for one that focuses more heavily on mental health. So what we're starting to understand with all the things that are happening is that our well-being, not only what we do is important, but it comes out of how our being. And we're beginning to understand how important it is for us to be more healthy, centered, and balanced. And so that is in that spirit, I'm going to share the Eagle Hoop prophecy. Just one more stat. I think that's two more stats that are important. When TELUS surveyed 10 countries about their health and strong sense of well-being, only 29% responded yes across physical, mental, and social dimensions. That means that there's a whole lot that aren't seeing it as being strong for themselves. And in February or March in Harvard Business Review, I thought this was really pretty powerful for all of us, a call for leaders, is that when it came to trust to take on the big challenges in the world, 57% said they trusted business. They trusted business leaders. Now, 57%, but that just is another kind of pressure you might be feeling if you're running a business, a small, large organization. They're looking to you. 50% said they're looking to spiritual organizations, religion. 48% said they trust government. So 57%, overwhelmingly, there's more trust in organizations, businesses taking on the challenges and solving the big things. So I say that not to add more pressure, but rather to say it's even more and more important for us to take in Indigenous wisdom. That was already innate to you, and those that the wisdom keepers around the world in all the various traditions have had. So with that, let me take you into the Eagle Hoop prophecy and share with you the gifts. The Eagle Hoop prophecy is a prophecy that came about. Some prophecies, first of all, don't foretell the future. What prophecies, Indigenous prophecies do is tell us past, present, and future of what is likely to happen if one does not adhere to the original knowledge, our understanding that we're one hoop of life, all intimately interconnected. So back in 1994, an Indigenous elder, Don Coyas, a Mohican elder, had a dream, a vision. And in that vision, there was, as he slept, a ray of light, a beam of light came down and dropped on his head. And in that light, there was a bud that turned slowly into a tree. And that tree went through all its different seasons of spring, summer, fall, and winter. And as the leaves all fell off, so did the branches. And the trunk was all that was left and turned into a stem. And then it turned in a horizontal shape into a circle, image of a sphere or of the earth. And then drops of light connected heaven and earth. And in these drops of light, as they touched this circle, this hoop of life, they turned into an eagle feather and attached. And 100 of them did this. And he had the awareness that this was something very powerful, and that what came through is that this was meant for all humankind, and that he was to call out to Indigenous elders from different traditions from every part of the world. And that he did. He went first, as many of us do, go back to community. So he went back to the Council of Elders and told them about what he experienced. And they immediately said, you must do this. And I think many of you know, being leaders of your life or of organizations, that when you have a really clear sense about what you're to do, you create a lot more suffering if you don't follow it, because you could imagine, how am I going to get 100 eagle feathers? Would put a call out to people all over the world, Indigenous leaders. And indeed, 27 elders responded from Northern Europe, from Africa, from throughout the Americas, from Tibet. All 27 elders came together at Turtle Mountain, Chippewa in fall of 1994. And they created this hoop and they hung 100 eagle feathers. We'll give the story, but they all arrived and tied the branch with the 4 circles, red, yellow, white, and black, the 4 races of people. And the ribbons came together as one in the center with one eagle feather falling down. And that weekend, they prayed, they chanted in their own language, they danced, they did ceremony, they went in silence and meditation. And towards the end of this ceremony, they then put 4 gifts into the hoop that Spirit said, we are going to be entering a huge winter time, one not like any other. There is no description for it. And it may last a very, very long time. But what is really the promise and key is that 2-legged human beings, it is time for us to remember how to restore harmony and balance again, because we've forgotten. Now hear this, not that we're damaged, but that we've forgotten. We've forgotten how to be in healthy relationship with ourselves, with other 2-legged, other human beings, and with the whole circle and hoop of life, whether it's 4-legged or winged, the water, all the elements, all are relatives. And so with that, and with listening with the softest part of your ear and expanding heart, I invite you to receive these gifts. The first gift is the gift of the power to forgive the unforgivable. The gift of the power to forgive the unforgivable. Put that gift in the ceremonial part of your heart. The gift of the power to forgive the unforgivable. Take a breath. The second gift put in there to help you know how to be in right relationship with yourself and all our other relatives is the gift of the power of healing. The gift of the power of healing. Put the gift of the power of healing into the ceremonial part of your heart. And take a breath. The third gift they put into the hoop was the gift of the power of unity. The gift of the power of unity. Take the gift of the power of unity and put that in the ceremonial part of your heart. Take a breath. And the fourth gift they put in the hoop is the gift of the power of hope. The gift of the power of hope in action. Put the gift of the power of hope into the ceremonial part of your heart. And take a breath. These 4 gifts, the promises from the Eagle Hoop prophecy, from Spirit, from these elders from different traditions, from all over the world that came together, is that use these 4 gifts, not just once, they become intimately integrated into your life. These 4 gifts, and as I said them, you know you already have them. but have you remembered to use them? Use these 4 gifts and you will connect up your heart and your head, your spirit. You will know how to be in relationship with others, other human beings, at home, at work, in community, as well as with all our relatives in the world. So these gifts of the power to forgive the unforgivable, the power of healing, the power of unity, and the power of hope and action. These are powerful gifts. And when I received them in 1995, as I was volunteering with the American Indian Science and Engineering Society, where I would train young people who are going to go into business I would teach them things that I teach in business, but I would also spend time of how to be in your values, in your original knowledge, sometimes when you're in places that appear to not be in alignment with that. And at that time, I want you to know that I was like a chicken with her head cut. I would look like this. I was teaching all over the world. I was there helping these young youth as a volunteer. But I didn't know. Part of my work, mergers and acquisitions and team development, executive coaching, but my love is diversity and inclusion. I love connecting the hearts and minds of people all over the world. And fortunately, I have had that opportunity and continue to with large organizations. But I was losing, I was running around to my elders going, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Do you feel that at times now, especially when all these challenges, like, well, this feels like too much. It's overwhelming, or like, what am I, or I don't want to look. I just want to, focus here. And I was like that, running all over. And then the elder was there. And we were going in one evening, and in the center of the room, we were first saged and smudged, and sweetgrass was burning. And we went in, and we're all silent because you saw this beautiful, beautiful hoop. Hoop that you can see a picture of it, forsacredgifts.com. You can go there. But the hoop, the eagle hoop, was so beautiful. Like, when you go into magical places in nature or places where people worship, just the various places, or sometimes just looking into the eyes of a child, of the purity of a child, that just takes you there. And the prophecy was unfolded for us. So I felt very privileged, and something happened, just as what happened as you put those gifts in your heart, as you listen with the softest part of your ear and expanding heart. You begin to remember, yes, these are mine. And I had the same sense that, oh my gosh, here I am losing hope. Are we ever going to be able to treat all of us with dignity? Will women and men of color be able to rise in all different places? Will white men be able to be accepted and embraced who don't fit a particular mode? That all of us are one hoop of life. Not the north, the south, not the developed and developed. We are one hoop, one human family, and relatives of all the other species. And I took those gifts in, and I began weaving them into all the work that I'd done, regardless of what the issue is. And I would weave in, which I have always done, Indigenous wisdom into modern science to help organizations treat their people with dignity and have them use their gifts so they're able to create products and services that are a benefit to all of us and to the earth. And so these gifts, I want to share just a few more things about them, because what probably came up for you, I imagine, if it doesn't, and if you have a pencil, you can just write it down, is perhaps some questions or something popped up for you. When you put in the gift of the power to forgive the unforgivable, you may have recalled something you've forgiven and why. But just as likely, when you put the forgiving the unforgivable into your heart, something may have come forward of what you're going, I don't know. I don't know about this, Anita Sanchez. I honor Indigenous, but I don't know if I can forgive that. So just a couple of things I want to say on forgiveness. It's powerful. And it's not always easy. Mostly it's not. We would be doing it a lot more if we understood what it really gave us, what it returned and reminded us of who we are and what we are. But let me tell you what it's not. Forgiveness does not mean you forget. Some people think, oh, if I really forgive, then I've just forgotten all that. No. I have an early childhood experience that was quite wonderful with elders and 121st cousins, brothers and sisters. It was in many ways wonderful. But I also had a dark secret of sexual abuse. 9 years. And then when I was 13, the murder of my father. That was race related. He was dark complected. And he happened to be at a place where earlier that day, a black man and white man were having a fight. And the white man returned and just saw the profile of my dark-skinned father and shot 3 bullets and killed him on the spot. So what I'm bringing these up is because those things, that many years of sexual abuse, and then the trauma of the race-related murder of my father, I am not talking just theoretically of the power to forgive the unforgivable. Because forgiveness doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't mean you've betrayed yourself or your whole community of people. Because some hurts and mistreatments, some of the unforgivables are, how do you forgive genocide? There's so many big things. But what I will say to you is what forgiveness is. It really is the pathway to your freedom. Until I began to forgive the abuse that I endured, both myself and the abuser, until I was able to forgive the man who murdered my father, and to be able to send positive thoughts to his son, who was about 13, my age. Because what I realized as a 13-year-old who lost my father violently, and my 5 brothers and sisters, and my mother with a 7th grade education, who worked the hardest and one of the brightest women I know, it changed our lives. However, the adult Anita was able to realize that young white boy, who was somewhere around 13, that summer day, he lost his father too. And he grew up knowing that his father was a murderer. So when you're able to let go and forgive, I have so much compassion, and I hope he had a good life. I know he's deceased, but I always hoped I would meet him. But what's also true is that the energy that you used, tied up in what did or did not happen, is energy that's freed up for now. So I am more joyfully working and collaborating with people to treat everyone with dignity, regardless of your skin color, your age, your ability, your orientation, whatever it is, that it allows you to step in even further to use your energy for what you want now and for the vision of what you want to create. So the power to forgive the unforgivable. If that gift is calling to you, please be open to responding. It may only take a magical moment, and it may take decades, but you are worth it, and so are all the beings whose lives you touch. The second gift is the gift of healing. And I smile about healing and like, wow, you're the happiest person about forgiveness and healing. Well, because every day there's just different hurts and mistreatments that happen. Some of them really small. They don't have to be huge, but we get to heal. And so if that was the gift that you felt like, if this was a painting and those 4 gifts came, what was in the front? What was in the forefront? And if it was healing, maybe having you pause to think about what you have already healed and congratulate yourself, and then open up your heart to be able to use that gift over and over again. For healing, what I have discovered in studying various indigenous traditions around the world, and not a lot, there are thousands, but a number in different parts of the world, is I found some elements that always need to be present. Listening, you have to listen to know what needs healed. How do you know what needs healing? Some of us push it down, run away from it, the emotions. It's to allow that to come through, not to get stuck, but so it can move, but not in denial, but really moving through it. And so healing, what I found the four things that often were present was listening, supportive relationships. Those could be therapists, ministers, a parent, a friend, nature. The third gift, and the third element then is love of yourself. You're going to hear that. It keeps coming back. Because the more you're able to love yourself, and that doesn't mean you don't have to be accountable and clean up some things. That's part of learning and growing every day. But love yourself, the more your capacity then is to open up and to trust and to love others and to share that with them. So that's love. And then the fourth thing is to get in action. So listening, supportive relationships, love of self, and get into action. So you've got to move forward. It's like the GPS when I first got it years and years ago, decades ago now, that I remember turning on the car and going, well, it doesn't work. It's not telling me anything. It's like my friend said, you've got to move. You've got to take steps. So regardless whether it's for yourself, if it's in your family, if it's in a business or community, you've got to take this step, and you don't do anything alone. Because even with every breath, we have gratitude to the plant relatives who are taking our carbon and transferring it to oxygen. And many other examples how we don't do anything alone. Your ancestors are with you. And the third gift, to say a few things, is that the gift of the power of unity. This is the gift that if it came forward at the foreground, listen to it. These gifts, there's nothing wrong about where you start. In fact, it's just about using all of them over, and you'll start seeing how they're intimately interrelated. But unity is what this whole week is about. World Unity Week, and all the thousands of people, millions, who that they yearn for that. They experience that. They want it shared. They're the gift of unity. And sometimes in that unity, you're able to collaborate and you feel really good about trusting and stuff. But what I will say to you, unity will only go so far. Even if you have a million of followers, it will be your vision, and this will be even greater, your unity, or ability to collaborate and have people be part of, if you do your forgiveness and healing. Because all the things that may be distractors or barriers for you to be fully in unity will dissipate, and you'll be able to be and use this gift more. So the gift of unity, if that's what's calling you, step into it. And then the fourth gift, the gift of power of hope. And just a little bit about hope. There's lots written about hope now. And hope is an energy source. Okay? And when I talk about hope, some writers talk about hope as being, oh, well, that's just, la la, and you're just, it's just an excuse to not have to do anything. You're just being hopeful. Or sometimes some people who say they're spiritual, they want to take the spiritual bypass and just say, well, I'm hopeful. I'm filled with, don't trouble me with what is. That's not the kind of hope I'm talking about. The kind of hope Indigenous elders, what we're talking about in the Eagle Hill Prophecy, is the kind of hope that allows you to see beyond your senses, that allows you to know, to feel, to dream, to envision something better. Not in denial of what is. See what is. Pain pushes until vision pulls. And so the gift of the power of hope, if that's what's calling you, dream, vision, day and night. Follow that, speak of it. Because again, we do nothing alone in sharing those visions and dreams. So those are the four gifts. And there's so much more in terms of how to integrate them into your life and all of that. And you're welcome to go to foursacredgifts.com. There you can read more about them, and there's videos. And then if you're so called that really want to do the deep dive like people have done in various organizations and individually, as you can look and see more about the course on living the four sacred gifts, Indigenous wisdom for these times. I am really delighted to use the next 20 to 25 minutes, the last part of the time we're together. I don't see any questions at this moment. What I'd like to do is to have you have an experience, because these are both challenging times and times of real possibility and things opening up and stuff happening, good stuff happening. I mean, we have a lot to do, but more and more people are awakened to the possibility that we can reverse global warming. More and more people are hearing the voices of dark-skinned people and realizing that, wait a minute, something that's been known by others for hundreds and hundreds of years is just now being known to them. And they want to see change. They want to see, again, where the hearts of all people from all the different directions come together. So this meditation that I want to share with you now is a meditation. I'm doing the abbreviated form, again, just because I'm bounded by time, but it'll still be very effective for you. I'm going to have you use your imagination. And we know a lot more about the brain in what we call the new scientific arena. But the reality is, Indigenous leaders, Indigenous people were the first scientists in just about everything, right? Whether it came to the stars, the earth, the water, how to grow, how to keep in right relationships so things are bountiful, principles of reciprocity. And so I remember growing up always with my elders tell me, be careful of what you think and what you say, because once you put it out, you can't take it back. Just imagine if we were really mindful of that. And now science tells us that we have so much power that even within 12 or 14 feet of each other, we're affecting each other's heart rate variability. And that the images, the brain, the four parts of brain, that how we image, our brain knows not from words and bullet points, knows from stories, from images. And so I'm going to ask you now to get settled comfortably in your chair and just put things to the side. This will be about 20 minutes. And I'm going to take you into a powerful essence meditation. You can't do anything wrong. I'm going to first just relax you a little bit. Take a few breaths and relax your muscles. And then I'm going to have you image your sacred symbol. And then I'm going to take you through a process that you're going to love. That when you do leave this session, you're going to be even more centered and open-hearted and ability to be present than perhaps you've been in a while or ever. All right, so with that, you may lower or close your eyes, and that's just so that you don't have anything distracting you. And if you hear any noise or any other distractions as your eyes are closed, it'll just allow you to drop deeper. This is not hypnosis. You're totally conscious and awake, but just your eyes lowered or closed. And as you sit there, I want you to start with your feet and just tighten all the muscles in your feet and tighten right up through your legs, right up to your buttocks. And so you're tightening all this lower part from your buttocks down to your thighs, your kneecaps, your calves, your toes. They're even crinkled up in your shoes or on the floor. And on an out breath, just release all the muscles. Feel your toes spread in your shoes or the floor. Feel all the muscles in your legs relax. Feel the muscles in your buttocks just spread and relax on the chair. And wherever there's any tension, you just tell those muscles to relax. And they do. And to relax even more. Aware of your breathing, aware that it's becoming even smoother and effortless. And now as you take a breath in, I want you to focus in on your stomach, your lower stomach, your upper stomach, your chest. Just feel it all up with the oxygen. Just expand. You can feel your stomach expanding and your chest expanding. And you hold it a little bit longer, tighter still. And then on an exhale, just let all those muscles in your stomach and your chest, just let them drop. Just let them relax. And wherever there's any tension in the muscles, you just tell them to let it go, to relax and relax even more, and they do. And now you're going to focus in on your hands, and you're going to make 2 fists. They're sitting on your lap. You're going to make 2 fists, and you're going to tighten them and tighten the muscles right up to your arms, your shoulders, bring them right up to your ears. Squish up your face. Make all these faces. People aren't looking at you. They might be at me, but hopefully everybody's eyes are closed. It doesn't matter because it's about you. And you're just holding this tension throughout your face, your head, your neck, your shoulders, your arms. And then on an out breath, just allow your fingers to spread on your lap. You can feel the muscles relaxing throughout your head, around your eyes, your mouth, your jaw, down your neck. Shoulders become even more relaxed. Your arms. And wherever there's any tension, just tell those muscles to relax and to relax even more. And now, as you take an in-breath, inhale, and as you inhale, imagine pure, clear light, just beautiful light, going in as the oxygen moves freely throughout your entire body, from the top of your head to the tip of your toes. Just allowing that light to move as it surrounds any part of your body, your mind, your heart, and extends out. And wherever there's any tension, just tell it to relax. And it does. And now, you're just going to imagine you can't do anything wrong. Just have an image appear, a symbol or symbols of your powerful sacred essence. It's not about thinking, it's just whatever came up. And note whatever it is. Do not judge it. And some of you have one image appear. Some of you have multiple. Whatever is your sacred symbol of your powerful core, the essence of you, just allow it to be. And for those of you who do not have it yet, allow it to appear now. And keeping your eyes lowered or closed, pretend that symbol is out in front of you, approximately 2 feet from your face. Just imagine it. Look at this image of your powerful essence. Totally study the symbol, the image. Completely see it. Be curious. Focus even more directly. Observe it. Pretend you are using a microscope so that you can see almost every single cell, molecule, whatever the symbol or symbols is of your sacred essence. Turn it around, upside down, sideways. Look at this symbol from every direction so that you know the symbol of your powerful essence as well as you know your own face. Don't just look at it, completely see it. And hold this image and take this image of your sacred, powerful essence into every cell of your body. Yes, just continue taking this visual, detailed picture of your symbol or symbols into every cell of your body until this symbol of your powerful essence is a part of you and you are part of it. And now, with your powerful essence symbol out in front of you again, now touch and feel it. Experience its texture. What substance does it have? What does your powerful essence symbol feel like to you? What is the experience of the very touch of your personal sacred image feel like to you? Describe to yourself what your symbol feels like to you as you are experiencing its elements. And then absorb the elements, the feeling and touch of that powerful image into every cell of your body. Absorb the elements, the feeling of that sacred symbol in every cell of your body. Continue to absorb that feeling until the feeling, the essence of that sacred symbol is a part of you and you are a part of it. Now listen and hear the sound of this symbol or symbols of your powerful essence. This symbol, this image, also has a tone all of its own. Gently listen for it. Gently hear it. In the tone, the sound of that symbol, there is a message. Gently listen with the softest part of your ear. Hear the message. Now invite the tone of the message, the sound of your symbol to become a part of every cell in your body. Take it in, the sound from head to toe, from toe to head, and out. The sound of this powerful symbol is a part of you, and you are a part of it. And next, smell the fragrance of that sacred symbol. Inhale in the fragrance, exhale out. Enjoy breathing in the smell, the fragrance of your symbol. Enjoy breathing in and out the fragrance of your sacred symbol. Continue to breathe in the fragrance of your sacred symbol into every part of your body. Continue to breathe it into every cell of your body until the fragrance of your symbol is a part of you and you are part of it. Now it is time to taste the nectar of your powerful essence symbol and drink it into every cell of your body. Savor the nectar that comes from your powerful symbol, from your powerful sacred essence symbol. Continue to drink it into every cell of your body, so that the sacred symbol is a part of you and you are a part of it. It is now time to just take a few more minutes, moments. You don't need to worry. Just allow the journey that you've done, the oneness, the knowing of your sacred symbol, your sacred essence. Just continue to experience it in every part of you. And you being a part of it. Be connected and filled with this joy. Just continue to delight in being in oneness with your sacred symbol, your sacred essence. As you are experiencing this joy, you are also widening and deepening your understanding that all life is sacred, that all life has a powerful essence. And you can appreciate and connect to these sacred beings in life as well. Perhaps you already remember. Consider how you can go out into a park in nature. And you can go out to a tree or a leaf on that tree, a flower, a blade of grass, a stone, a grain of sand, water, a lake, a creek, an ocean, anything from nature, and where you can go through this same process, where you can see this particular sacred thing from nature, and you can ask to connect to it, and then hold that image of it. And you take that image of nature into every cell of your body, and you feel its powerful essence. And you take that powerful essence of nature into every cell of your body, and you hear its sound, its tone. You listen and hear its message. And you take that into every cell of your body. And you can smell this thing in nature, its fragrance. And you taste its nectar. And you take those into every cell of your body. This thing of nature. And then you can remember. And then you can feel right now in the present an even deeper connection and joy in being with and part of this thing of nature, so that it becomes a part of you and you become a part of it. Every day, every moment, growing in awareness of your connection to all life, to all beings in the one hoop of life. In a few moments, just give yourself a few more moments with your eyes closed, remembering all of this experience, a deepening knowing and awareness, maybe the first discovery for you of having an image, a conscious image, a symbol of your sacred essence, and a remembering and knowing of our connection to all life. In a minute, this guided imagery meditation, this ritual, will be coming to a close. And you can choose to carry the positive feelings, the joyful feelings, with you. Now that you know even more deeply how your own thoughts and feelings are deeply woven into you and impact your perceptions, impact your ability to connect and to be a life-giving connection. As is true for many people around the world, you may wish to begin to feel the sacredness of your surroundings on a regular basis, to more deeply know your environment and the people in your life. You can practice seeing yourself and others and other relatives in a new light. Continuously rediscovering connection, relationship. And with this conscious awareness of the sacredness, the dignity at the core of all that exists, and of your unique, powerful essence, your symbol, its powerful impact on you. You can consciously image this symbol when you begin each day, honoring yourself and those around you, and many times throughout the day, and even in your dream time. Be aware of your breathing. It's very smooth. Starting to feel your toes want to wiggle and your shoes are on the floor. Feeling the muscles in your legs, noticing the chair that's supporting your buttocks and your back. Aware of the muscles in your arms and shoulders and your face. And I'm going to count to 5. And on 5, you will open your eyes and be with us. So 1, very aware of your body. 2, becoming more and more aware of the muscles. 3, knowing that you even want to move these muscles. And 4, starting to be aware of the sounds around you. And 5, when you're ready, you may open your eyes and be present here with your relatives here at World Unity Week. Okay. You can give yourself a little stretch, put your arms up into the air, move the muscles in your face. And I'm just going to say a couple of things and to let you know that you have been through a sacred symbol, sacred essence, ritual meditation, an abbreviated one, but a powerful one nonetheless. And you can choose to share what you experienced. And you can also, the very specific symbol, you can just keep it inside yourself for now. There is no right or wrong. In different traditions, some people never speak of what comes out of, and others do. But what we do know is how we be affects then how we do, how we interact, how we're in relationship, whether a life-giving one to ourselves and others or not. Also, you should drink water. Always water is life. And so please make sure you take time to have a nice glass of water. It's very important. You were on a journey, and so you want to revive yourself. And it's very important to understand that, when people say 8 to 10 glasses of water, it's according to your weight, how much water you need. But the key thing for me to always remember is, depending on our age and type, 50 to 65% of our body is water. So protect that water inside of you and the water that comes through you, the water that's here for all of life. And I just want to thank you again for being here, for being part of this session of the Power of Indigenous Wisdom, the 4 Sacred Gifts. And if you would like to learn more about the 4 Sacred Gifts, how you can go even further in using the gifts in your life as a leader of your own life and your family and your community, as a business leader, you can go to foursacredgifts.com. That's FOUR, sacredgifts.com. And there you can learn a lot more, and you can take a look at whether or not you want to really integrate the wisdom of the 27 elders and the Eagle prophecy in your life. And you'll learn a lot more about that in the course that's online. So with that, I know we have a couple minutes left, but actually I want to close because I want to honor with the technology. It's better to leave 2 minutes early so that they can let people in for the next session. Again, I thank you. I thank you for honoring me and allowing me to be a messenger of the gifts of the elders. And I want to just share with you to remember that these 4 gifts, forgiveness, healing, unity, and hope, are some of the how to help you remember how to be in healthy relationship in good times or challenging times. And the promise is that you will have an even more meaningful, life-giving way of being and then the doing in the world. So thank you, World Unity Week. Thank you, Ben and Irina, and thank you all for being here. As I close from Boulder, Colorado, thank you all. Blessings to you.